J.J. Watt coming back to the Texans for the Super Bowl run? Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Justin Jericho Watt
Yo,
is thinking about coming back to claim a Super Bowl ring.
You went with the government name, huh?
Come on, man. This man trying to do a Karl Malone to get him a ring, brother. Yo.
I can't believe you went with the full-blown mama's pissed off calling my name.
Come
government
on,
style. You went. I mean, that's probably what's on his social security card.
It
you
is.
went there.
It is. That's what he will not. But that's what we gonna call him.
Listen, man.
Mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Mama call him Clay. I'll call him Clay.
Oh man, yo, it's your boy Tricky, joined by your boy Omar over at Retro Hoops. Man, y'all go check out his Retro Hoops page. If you love this Texan stuff, if you love football, if you love sports in general, man, go hit up my boy over here, man,
Yes,
for collectibles and paraphernalia and all that, man. But of course,
I'm all over the place over here.
Oh yeah,
I got my McLaren hat. I got my F1 hat on today. So we just got finished watching Lando Norris's first F1 win. For those of you that care about F1, you know.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
Nope.
Today we're talking about Mr. J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt, baby.
What did you call him? Justin
Jethro Watt.
Just oh man, I thought you were gonna go Orenthal James or something.
Oh man, the juice is loose. We ain't trying to put JJ in the
I don't want to
box
put him in that same category. No, that's
man.
Good guy.
We need JJ. We possibly need JJ back on the field. That's what we're here to talk about today, man. Is JJ coming back?
It shook up a lot of people. It definitely got a lot of people talking.
I mean,
and he's in great shape still. That's the thing. He keeps in great shape.
Yes, he was in the weight room with the boys all year last year. He keeps in football shape. He was talking to his brother TJ. His brother was like, "Dude, what are you still training this hard for?" Yeah. And it could be to get back on the field, man. So, Omar, before we get into our discussion, this ain't clickbait, man. You know, let's show the people exactly why we're talking about this right now from the horse's mouth himself. JJ Watt at his celebrity softball game over this past weekend.
And I'm a very fortunate, lucky man. I got a beautiful wife. I got a beautiful son. I've had 12 great years in this league, and I'm very thankful to have walked away healthy and playing great. I told D'Amico last year, I said, don't call unless you absolutely need it. But if you ever do call, I'll be there. But he knows not to call unless he absolutely needs it. This is the last year I'll tell him that, because I'm not going to keep training the way I've been training. But he knows that if he ever truly does need it, I'll be there for him. But I don't anticipate that happening. They got a very good crew.
It's too cryptic, man. It's too cryptic.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that, you know, for everybody else, JJ Watt is JJ Watt, obviously, right? But for us here in Houston, he's more. He was more than just a football player, right?
Dude,
he took care of this city in the city's most dire time of need, right? Where people were losing their homes. I think he raised something like $100 million or something like that. Like just
when the smoke cleared, something crazy,
yeah. And so
dude, he could run for mayor. He could run for mayor right now. Would he not win?
I don't understand why he would not. I mean, like he is a darling here in the city of Houston.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. So, you know, you can't just play with our emotions like that. You can't just do stuff you can't just say stuff like that, right? And he's saying it at his charity softball game, which I think they raised 40 something odd $1 million.
Come on, man.
It's just, I mean, like the kid is just
you bring up a great point, Omar, because he can say these things, and we are gonna have that trigger reaction because we have those emotions. We know what JJ Watt was, you know, on the field, man, just one of the best to ever do it, like first ballot Hall of Famer. So we have those awesome memories of what he accomplished on the football field, but like you say, also just an incredible human being. But let's talk X's and O's. Would it be the same guy?
No.
Because at the end of the day, on the football field, you got to produce, right?
Right.
We're not going to get that 2012, 2013 JJ Watt, the 3-time defensive player of the year.
Right.
Watt, towards the end of his career, all the injuries. Father Time is undefeated, bro.
It is. Yes.
I'm sitting here with aches and pains, and I ain't played one down. And we and JJ about the same age.
Yeah.
Imagine going out there and suiting up right now, man. So
I'm with you. I'm about one bad movement getting out of bed away from being in a wheelchair, right? And you and I have never played the amount of sports that JJ Watt has played.
oh man.
But I mean, so that you had there's a very good point to that, right? But then the other question is with how great JJ was, is a 60% JJ Watt still something that can go out in the field and, like you said, produce, right? You have to produce.
Because that's what matters. You can be the best person in the world. You can be the best person in the world, bro. But you ain't about to take a roster spot away from somebody that's more deserving if you can't produce on that football field.
But the other thing about it too is that just on experience alone, I think JJ could smack around any rookie that's on that roster. Just on experience alone. Just on pure, I've been in this for 13 years. I know a technique. I can hit you with the what was the Kill Bill, the 5 fingers, the palm, heart exploding palm technique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like
yeah.
JJ's got a few of those in his bag, right?
You're
where he
absolutely
just knows,
right.
like, hey, if I put my 2 fingers right in your armpit in a certain spot, it's a wrap, son.
I hope they go in the armpit. I hope that's where he will put him.
I'm just saying. It's like if you've ever played on the line, your coach always tells you get them under the tits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like JJ, I'm pretty sure
he got all that experience, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay,
and not to mention, the technique, the footwork, all of that. He got that down, right?
He's all that down.
Let's talk about work ethic.
Yes,
like,
of course.
No, his work ethic was almost unmatched. I remember when they drafted Clowney, the whole thing was, the coaching staff, the owners, everyone was like, hey, get in there and work with JJ.
Right.
Like, don't leave his side, because it's one of the hardest working guys to ever lace up. So you want that in your locker room.
Yeah, to the point to where his brother's like, "You're retired, bro. What are you doing? Why are you even in here?" He's in there because he still has the fire. And a JJ Watt who has fire is a scary JJ Watt. I don't care what anybody says.
Man, but bro, he just looks smaller. He just looks scrawny. He didn't got his teeth fixed. He didn't went all Hollywood. We want pretty boy JJ at this point. We not gonna get the blood ridden JJ at this point.
Maybe
man.
Not.
He's still trying to sell tickets for people to go to soccer games, man.
But I mean, he's still 6'5". He's still maybe 250. He's walking around. What was he? What was his peak? I gotta find out what his peak was in terms of size.
But he was much bigger back when he was when he first got in the league. Man, he had girth.
Paul. Yeah, he's a heavy boy. He's only he's not that old. He's 35.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
Kelsey's brother. How old is Travis? Not Travis. What's Kelsey's brother? Jason. There you go. Jason Kelsey. Jason Kelsey just retired.
Yeah.
And he's 36. They're the same age.
Yeah.
Hey,
but
man,
you bring up a good point, because what I was talking about, right? Do you want to take a roster spot away? Because that's ultimately what you got to do, right? You're taking a roster spot away from somebody else that could be deserving. Now, I will say, if any point of this team as a whole, it's defensive line right now. But one of the free agent targets is possibly somebody like Calais Campbell. Now, Calais Campbell, I was doing my research, like kind of looking, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, who will we take it? Who will we be taking a spot away from? Calais Campbell is 37.
That's exactly my point.
He's 37. When I saw that, I was like, damn, I'm kind of refuting my own point by thinking like JJ's too old or JJ still don't got it. When we're going after free agents that are older and possibly less productive. Now, look, check this out, Omar, because you beg the question. Okay, if you're like, okay, if he's still of age, still in the age group of people that could possibly be a free agent target, but then it boils down to what was his production in his last season. Okay, his production in 16, he played 16 games in his last season with the Cardinals, right?
Right.
Which is great. You want to see the injury bug didn't catch him. He was able to play a full season. He had 30 tackles, bro. 12 and a half sacks and a fumble recovery.
Come on, man.
That's a good season.
That's a damn good season.
That's a good season. That's a good season.
Yeah. I mean, that's just as productive. Look, his highest productive season was 2016, where he had 65 tackles, 10 and a half sacks. Actually, no, sorry, 2016. No, sorry, 2012. 2012, where he played all 16 games, 20 and a half sacks, right? 20 and a half. So in his last season, he put up 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, the season where he put up 20 and a half, I think that was his defensive player of the year season.
That's ungodly. That's ungodly.
That's insane.
That's ungodly, right? You can't compare anyone on the planet to that JJ Watt. You can't compare, older JJ Watt to that JJ Watt, because that's not humanly possible. It shouldn't be humanly possible, bro.
It's
but
not.
Omar, you talk about him having a 20 and a half sack season and that being ridiculous. He did it twice.
He did it twice, and then let me tell you his next best season, other than the 2 seasons where he did 20 and a half, 17 and a half sacks in 2015. Bro. So it's like
incredible, man.
You get a guy like that where he did all of that, right? An amazing season. And then his last season where he actually played a full game, because prior to that, he played seven his first season in Arizona, and then he had one good full season where he didn't really produce that much, which was the last season he was here in the Texans. We all know that was a catastrophe of a season.
Yeah, the whole team was dumpster fire.
Nobody wanted to play. We were all done, right? I mean, that was the inmates in the asylum season. Like that was a horrible. We want to just completely get rid of that season from the books if we can. Right. Yeah. Nobody was playing anything.
And did nobody faulted him for saying that he wanted to be released?
Exactly.
Like you got the greatest player possibly in our franchise history. You would think there'd be a lot more backlash to be like, oh man, screw JJ.
Hang in there.
Everybody was like, good for you, bro. Good for you. You escaped.
You know what it was? Everybody kept saying the same thing that they said about AJ. We wasted your peak.
Absolutely.
We wasted your peak. And
absolutely,
it's too romantic, bro. It's too romantic. We can't, for everything that JJ
That's our version of a Hallmark movie, bro.
Exactly, bro.
JJ coming back, running with the flag, busting out of the tunnel, like hyping everybody up, bro.
Say, man, don't do that.
I would cry.
Don't do that to me.
I would cry.
Yeah. That's. Can you imagine if for everything that JJ has done for the city of Houston, that we bring him back for our Super Bowl run? And give that man what he deserves, which is a Super Bowl ring in the city of Houston.
He holding his baby, bro. His wife's there. He met his wife here in the city, man. And they're both staples of the city. She plays soccer here. He had his kid here, bro. That's the most fairy tale stuff that you could ask for.
It doesn't get any more better. It doesn't get any better than that. It just does not get any better than that.
It doesn't. And, we could talk forever about the JJ accolades, man, because I think correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the 2015 season that you were talking about where he had the 20 and a half sacks, but bro, he had like 6 touchdowns that year.
Yes.
Offensive touchdowns. He was doing it all.
Yeah.
That was so upsetting for me that he did not win the MVP, bro. They gave it to Aaron Rodgers. After that, it just made me realize they're never going to give this award to a defensive player. Hell, they're not going to give the award to a non-quarterback. He undoubtedly had the best year of any football player.
Oh, for sure.
That particular season, and for him to not get the MVP award was an absolute travesty, man. That was nuts.
That's how they'll do it, though. I mean, it was 2012, 2014, and 2015 where he won Defensive Player of the Year. That was both 20 and a half sack seasons, and 2015 was a 17 and a half sack season. But also to go along with those 20 and a half sacks was 39 tackles for a loss out of the 69 solo tackles.
That's insane.
I mean, that just like you said, dude, nobody's ever going to put up those kinds of points ever again, those kinds of stats ever again.
He's living in the backfield, bro. Imagine that. You
Yeah.
snap the ball.
Yeah,
Exactly. Here's JJ. You know, like, bro,
Yeah.
you don't even go here.
You don't
Like,
even, yeah, what are you doing here? You don't even go here. I remember hearing that number 99 is eligible receiver. I was like, what?
Oh, and you knew when he lined up, bro. You knew he was getting.
You knew he was getting the
everybody
ball.
in the stadium knew he was getting the ball.
Hey,
Defense knows he's getting the ball. They still can't stop it.
but what are you gonna do about it? 6'5", 288 pounds.
A man.
288 pounds. That's a lot of man for anybody to stop. There's no cornerback on the face of this earth that's gonna line up against JJ Watt and do anything to him.
Like, I got him. No,
yeah,
you don't,
yeah. There's not a quarterback in the game that's lining up against JJ Watt going, I got this. I got this. This guy's too small. No,
Yeah. Nah.
right. But it's fun to speculate, man. I mean,
It is.
you know, I think obviously we get excited about this kind of stuff, right? Like because it's, you know, like I said, it's romantic, right? It's romantic for us. But you have to listen to what he said, right? What he said was is that if you ever get in a position where you need somebody, like you know, one game, freak accident, you lose 2 of your linemen, and you don't have enough time to put the contracts together. Your practice squad guys just, okay, here's another thing that we haven't talked about yet. Okay. You talked about, can JJ Watt ever really come in and take somebody's roster spot?
Yeah.
Well, who's immediately in contention for those roster spots? The practice guys. Come on.
You gonna put JJ on the practice squad?
No, you're not gonna put JJ on the practice squad, but that's my point.
Yeah.
The people that he would have to step over would be practice squad guys. You don't think JJ Watt? I think JJ Watt waking up out of bed tomorrow morning can slap around practice squad guys.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And no. But so I'm looking at this from that's the football side of it that's saying, okay, you know what? Yes, this makes sense. We want to put together the best team possible. And then there's the human side of it. That's like, dude, these fringe guys that work their ass off and do what they can to get that practice squad spot. That's like, man, you know, I've worked my way through college. I've always been a guy that's kind of been overlooked, blah, blah. Okay. I
don't care about none of that. Tell somebody else your story. Here's the world's smallest violin.
That story,
this is
bro.
JJ Watt that we're talking about here. Sit down, buddy.
I got you.
Sit down.
I got you. It's fair. It's very fair what you're saying. I mean, I totally get what you're saying, man.
I'm telling that guy to have a seat, sir.
Okay.
Have a seat, sir. This is Justin Jerome Watson.
Jerome in the hot, bro. What if he come first day of practice? First day of practice
with the teeth.
Jerome in the hot. I said Jerome in the hot.
So watch him out.
I'm back, bitch.
That'd be hilarious. But I mean, you got to get out of the way. You got to get out of the way. Like you said, first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm stepping to the side. Hey, JJ, you want my jersey number? Here, you can have it.
Yeah.
Respect.
I'm you know, initially when I first saw this news and when I first saw the interview, my gut reaction, bro, was like, nah, man, just stay retired. You know, you've had, bro, he's had injuries, you know, that are like, for some people would be career enders, yet alone like season enders, right? But this dude was getting hurt where it was like, oh, out for the year. And the next thing you see, oh, playoffs is coming, JJ's back. Like he's done that multiple times during his career. He's one of those stubborn, hard-working guys that refuses to leave the game alone.
Right.
But like he kind of alluded to in his interviews, like, man, he's blessed. He got a kid. He got a beautiful wife. He got so many things, so many other things, great things going on in his life. Bro, why you want to get out there and risk some more CTE, some more injuries that's, you know, going bro, I'm not for chasing them rings. That's a drug, bro. It's a drug.
It happens, man. Look at KD. KD has whored himself out for the last 6 or 7 years.
Don't compare JJ to KD, bro.
I'm just saying, though. The allure of that ring. It's like Schmeagle. You know, like everybody's going after the ring. You have to get the ring for all the accolades that JJ Watt has, and they are plenty.
Yeah. Yeah, he got nothing to be ashamed of.
He's got nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
However, when have the Texans looked this attractive? There has never been. This is the reason why we're doing what we're doing right now, because the Texans have never been Super Bowl contenders. There are legitimate analysis and analysts out there that are legitimately putting their reputations on the line
100%
and saying the Texans are legitimate Super Bowl contenders.
Absolutely.
And that has never been the case, even when JJ Watt was there.
Yeah.
Even with the greatness that was, as I like to call it, the Letterman jacket season. Right? that was our peak. That was
our peak, man.
And that's here. We're right here right now.
Yeah. You're right. Because we were in those times, bro, we were trying to convince ourselves that we had a team that was capable. We needed certain things to happen. It was like, man, if Brady can get hurt, or if Arian could rush for 200 yards and we control time,
right.
These certain things got to happen. Now it's like, oh,
we just got to go out and play our game.
You know, we got the tools around him. We got the deep. It's like, we should win. That we don't need certain things to happen. We have the team that can win and should win. So I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. So
that's what's so appealing, right? That's
very
what's so
attractive.
appealing. That's why JJ would say, you know what? If I were to make a run again, it'd have to be, because imagine if somebody asked him this exact same question a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Game one of 2023, right? CJ's first year.
Yeah.
Game one, we still don't know that CJ is the absolute dog that he ended up being. We still don't know. Nobody knew who Tank Dell was. Nobody knew who Nico Collins was. Nobody knew who Pierce was. Like, nobody knew who any of these guys were, right? If they were to have asked JJ Watt, under what circumstances would you come back and play one final farewell season with the Houston Texans? I'm pretty sure that the circumstances that he would lay out would be pretty damn close to where we are right now.
Everything that happened. Yeah. No, man, like I say, I'm convinced at this point. Like I said, I was on the fence. I'm like, hey, it makes sense.
Right.
It makes sense, right? So with all that being said, with us laying out everything, I got to ask you, Omar, what do you really think the realistic chances are that this man laces up another Texans jersey?
Oh man! So
percentage-wise, what would you give it a
percentage-wise? Okay, good.
Yeah. Percentage-wise,
I'm saying that there is. I'm saying that there is and this is big because I'm looking at a couple of things. Number one, I'm looking at the fact that JJ Watt is still 6'5", probably walking around at about 290 right now, maybe 280. Probably a little smaller, maybe two. Probably,
you know what? I think a little smaller.
Yeah, he might be a little smaller. He's probably like in the 260s, right?
That's Hollywood Watt.
But a guy like JJ getting into the weight room for 2 or 3 weeks straight and packing on the protein, because he's probably around, a very base diet of maybe like probably 180 grams of protein, something like that. If he decides to kick it up and start popping some creatine again and start getting into the gym seriously.
Yeah, because it's May, bro.
It's prime JJ.
It's right
prime now. JJ by game one, by week one.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
so that being said, there's that piece of it, right? The other piece of it is how quickly the Texans organization would do whatever they need to do in order to make the paperwork figure itself out, right?
They already got that drawn up.
They already got exactly. There's a file in the back of the filing cabinet that says JJ return, and the contract's already there.
That's it, bro.
So there's the ease of those two things, right? The ease of JJ getting back into like megawatt form, and then the ease in which the contract would be able to happen. And then the other piece of it is like he mentioned, we both talk about how good of a person JJ Watt is, and so because of that, one of your points, which was he probably doesn't want to stifle anybody else's like ascension, right? Like if there's a couple of kids on there that are super hungry, JJ Watt's the type of guy that's going to be cognizant to that and go, man, no, like you guys got some killers there. I think you should give these two, like if they go, JJ, we need you. Nah, you don't really need me, man. Look, there's a couple kids on your practice squad who are just hungry. I've been watching them. You know, I'll work with them. For free on the hometown discount.
And you
But
think
I'm not
you're
like,
sitting there watching them like, oh man, but you know, I'm helping you, bro. But if you pull that hammy,
but if you twist an ankle,
I'm not hoping
exactly.
But if you pull that,
so given all of that, right? Given all of those factors, right? And barring any nonsense from the NFLPA that says, nah, you kind of got to play over here first, or you got to get the Cardinals, okay, blah, 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 whatever. I'm saying there's probably about a 40 to 45% chance that we could see JJ in a Texans uniform at some point in the season if there's some injuries involved. That's kind of where I put it. And that's big, bro. That's big. Because he's only been disconnected from his last season was 2022, so he's only been out one full season.
And like we talked about it, that was a good season for him. It wasn't a defensive player of the year, JJ Watt, early JJ Watt season, but it's a good NFL football player season, a good, like you say, a deserving of a roster spot season for a guy. So 40 to 45%, huh?
Somewhere around there, 40 to 45.
Yeah, I think that's realistic, man. You know, I cannot disagree with that. I can't be mad at that. You know, I'd go ahead and bump it up, round it up to 50%, man. Because like you say, all the points that you made makes a lot of sense.
Right.
I think he's gonna be even more involved with the guys in the weight room. Everything that he was doing last year just ramped up. He's going to be around them in some type of JJ Watt role, you know, that is allowed to him because he's freaking JJ Watt. You know, he can be in there and they trust him, you know, which they have. And I think you're absolutely right, man. And he alluded to it as well. He said, if you absolutely need me,
I'll be there.
Which means, yeah, it would have to be something concerning an injury or whatever the case, but it's the NFL, man. I mean, it's sports, right? Those kind of things happen. And like I say, the one big glaring hole that we currently have on this football team is defensive line. Right. You know, the interior of the defensive line.
Right.
So everything is lining up for this thing to be a very real possibility, man. So it's a coin flip for me, brother. It's
50-50, straight up coin flip.
Yeah. Which is exciting, like you say, man. This is our hallmark card of old guys in football.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, how old are we? Like I watched him get drafted, man.
Exactly. And listen,
watched him retire.
I'm gonna tell on myself here, and I'm totally okay with this because I'm as real as it gets. When we drafted him, I was like, "What the hell? Who's this guy?"
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Bro, we all were.
We had the 11th pick. The 11th pick, really?
Yeah.
One pick outside of the top 10, and you get this guy? Who's this guy?
Omar, show me a person, show me a real Texans fan that's like, oh man, I was excited when we got JJ. Oh y'all was stupid, man. Yeah, that's a liar.
You know what's funny though is that after we drafted him, everybody's like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And then like the first day of OTAs, he does like that 5-foot box jump, and everybody's like,
"Yeah."
And then everybody goes, "Oh, that's not impressive. Anybody can do that." Sir, he's 6'6", man, 290 pounds. Yeah. And then everybody's like, "What?"
I forgot about that. You're right, bro. He was going viral from the jump.
From the jump.
Pun intended. Yeah, you know, but he was already showing that he was a freak of nature, and then everybody wanted to hop on the bandwagon.
Yeah. So yeah, we were all like, "Who the hell is this kid?" And then, you know, he does this box jump, and we're just like, "Oh, that's not a big deal." And then you start to think, "Wait a second, yeah, this guy's a 6'5", 290 pounds, and he just skied 60 inches in the air like on a box jump. It's like, what the hell?
Insane."
I'm gonna see if I can find that. Hold on, I think I can find that. I got that because I remember that. I distinctly remember.
Yeah, it was exciting because, you know, like you say, we didn't know anything about him, and he out there doing like freakishly athletic things. It's like, okay, we might have something. And let's not forget his rookie season, bro. Obviously, his play on the field was spectacular. He started to win people over.
Right.
It was our first season as a franchise making it to the playoffs. Not only did we make it to the playoffs, we won a playoff game. JJ Watt had that pick six, bro,
Exactly.
against the Bengals, and it was pandemonium. Now he's everybody's favorite player, and then the next season he became the legend. The legend.
Here it is right here. So here we go. And we'll end on this. This is a good way to end. So here we go. So this is a young JJ Watt. We got
A freak of nature.
5 foot boxer. Look how young and tenderoni our boy was.
Come on. Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal, bro. Not for that size, like you said, man.
Look, and then he does the Reebok pump. And now
did he pump him up?
Yeah, that's what he was like. It must have been the shoes, and then he does the Reebok pump.
Oh man, but look, man, if you rocking with us, especially to this point, man, obviously you love JJ Watt, you love the city of Houston, you love the Houston Texans. This is what we do. This is what we're gonna be talking about all season, all off season, man. We got a lot of great stuff coming for you. So, guys, you know how this YouTube thing works. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, hit the like button. Let us know how much you love your boys, man. Omar, anything you want to tell them before we get up out of here, man?
I'm hoping that the first couple of games we just absolutely get torched by a running offense, so that we can start the picket signs out front of off Kirby. For those of y'all that don't know, the Texans offices are on a street called Kirby here in Houston. I'll be the first one out there picketing. Bring in JJ, let's go.
Oh, bro, them hand motions that you're doing. Wait, do that
again?
That
was a little sus, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out, because it's not, people get creative with the AI these days.
Yes, please, somebody with some Photoshop skills, rewind this about 20 seconds and take that clip. Oh, man, that was awesome.
Good stuff, man.
All right, man. But now, man, appreciate y'all. Peace and love to y'all, man. We'll see y'all next time.
Later.
Peace.